Welcome everybody back to another bold cast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 32?
So
7?
7 or 8?
7 or 8? Something like that?
8?
8. The Shibuya Incident.
What a great title.
No reason to spend so much time on the intro this time, everybody. Let's just get right into this show.
Here's something on your face.
That's popcorn. Yeah, it's spherical, isn't it? You're like, how is this happening? Nobody's concerned about the Chris Angel mind freak that's happening right now?
That's what he says, but then he's gonna get clapped.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, thank God all my family is dead. I still do not understand this hairstyle for fighting at all.
You just don't have any fashion sense, clearly. Os! Oh, and that
Waiting
guy.
right there. I want Gojo to see Geto. So
Yeah, me
so we
too.
can get some kind of indication.
They're not revealing that shit yet. That's gotta be like the reveal of the season. How's a 1v3 even gonna matter to Gojo? Because there's people there? I guess he can't like destroy everything with purple?
Although they're all standing right together in a subway line where it wouldn't hurt anyone else, potentially.
Maybe they timed it to when the train's coming.
Mahito's just gonna roll up with a train full of dead people.
What's in between?
Oh.
Well, we're about to find out. Maybe they can see through these birds.
Do the birds work through a veil?
I don't think they could block the birds. I don't think they would block the birds.
Yeah, doesn't want to kill a bunch of people.
Oh, okay. I guess they can prevent that.
Patches. It suggests it's extremely likely that he's around.
Or he's not there yet, and they're trying to draw in Yuji.
I'm very clever. I will reveal everything to you.
名前なんてどうでもいい。こいつが帳を2枚持ったかな。
Oh, there it is.
Spotted it.
あいつ帳を守ってるって言ってたな。あれがかなり怪しい。とりあえずぶっ壊す。
Disgusting.
Shit.
I wonder why they chose this guy to.
I mean, decoy? Like, maybe he's not. I mean, he's. I mean,
he will listen to what they say and do what they say.
Well, he's also powerful enough to talk. That's more powerful than most cursed
Yeah.
spirits. The fear of bugs.
Ah? またの呪いだろ?
They're holding this shop for a long time. He's so dumb, he thought it was mysterious what he was. I like him. I don't care if he was just eating that person.
Oh, we're getting his
locusts.
backstory.
Locusts.
それを覆うバッタが分泌した黒い粘液は遠い光景を描く。一つの悪魔のような昆虫を恐れむくむ。
This is like an ancient curse. Yes, exactly. Black Flash. Oh.
小細工はないな。
Could he secrete some black fluid?
こういうやつはあまり自分のことを賢いって言わん。
I love how surprised, how new everything is. It's really endearing.
Yeah. Sweating even as a bug.
Divergent Fist?
Yeah, this guy literally has 4 arms.
Yuji could have 4 arms if he wanted.
Good point.
Just have to make another pact. Jesus!
He just literally thought he was invincible. Looks so freaky there. Oh.
Oh shit.
バッタは地中に散乱する。そのため腹部は伸縮し、が硬く通常時の3倍近く伸ばすことが
Oh,
で
he's
きる。
gonna stab him. Not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite.
I love this narrator. A lot of people are probably not gonna like the narrator. I love the narrator. Kusakabe, does he have a heavenly pact maybe? Is that what they're...
I'm scared for this little kid that he's gonna get killed.
He's probably got a trick up his sleeve or else he wouldn't be here.
Yeah. It's just sketchy.
Oh, transfigured. For sure. Or did she see what happened in the train and is just fucked? I mean, these people are... Were they in Genshin cosplay?
Why are they at a park?
I don't know, because he's visible.
I know.
Oh, from OP2. Blowing bubbles.
Oh.
Ah, shit. Ah, shit.
Oh no.
I hope Gojo did some mental exercises before this.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna be...
But other people.
I mean, there's still a hindrance.
Oh my god.
And so it begins. Are they trying to rile him up?
I guess that guy's probably a Kamo if he's using blood like that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cursed womb, which was created by Kamo.
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. It felt like we'd seen him before, but I couldn't remember where we saw him from.
Yeah, he was the third brother. Unless he just disregards human life.
Goes back to his roots.
Yeah. Yeah, if he becomes the honored one of heaven and earth or whatever the fuck he said. Wait, what's that thing?
Is that the bug guy? I don't know.
Maybe looks like the little fish. The little like squid. They just aren't touching him.
Main amplification.
Oh, to overcome his infinity technique. Because if they can create like a domain just with their attack. What if he does domain expansions? What if Gojo just does it?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he domain expansion? I guess because there's 3 of them, so the other one could break in. Yeah, it's like a smaller version. I wonder where they learned something like that. These curse users. Maybe from a possible evil sorcerer from the Heian era? Who knew about that? Oh. There's just too many people. Don't get rid of your hostage. Don't get rid of all your hostages. Unless he just disregards that entirely and goes total sicko mode.
It.
I think it's possible if enough carnage happens. I think he might be like, more people will die if I don't make the sacrifice. Oh, she could probably see him now. He's like, wow, I'm honestly shocked. This is so crazy. Oh, here we go. Sweating. We just saw the birth of 1 million TikTok edits with that shot.
Oh, he's gonna use that.
That's the end.
I say 20 minutes. That's like kind of a long time.
What?
For a fight? 20 minutes?
Yeah. Are you talking about the episode or are you talking about in the show?
He said you have to fight him for 20 minutes and then it's time for me in the prison realm.
Is that oh, it'll probably be at the end of next episode is what they're saying. 20 minutes, the length of an average anime episode.
Or it just turns into Hunter x Hunter and it's like 50 episodes from now. Each episode is 6 seconds long.
They got the narrator.
What do you think of that episode?
What did I think of that episode? What did you think of that episode?
It was alright.
Yeah, it was alright. I think it was good. I really liked the Locust Curse Spirit, but what I really want to talk about is all the stuff with Gojo and Geto / Umbrella Man here. What's funny is they included the shot in OP2 of him like blowing the bubbles like that. I don't know if there was a shot in season 1 that had him blowing the bubbles like that, but I don't remember it.
Interesting that, yeah, it is.
Did Geto have a curse with bubbles?
I don't remember anything about that.
I do.
He had like those little like squid gun things.
I feel like he had a lot of sea creature things, I guess. But I don't think that's a him thing. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was
something?
gonna say it is funny how like people would only see him just like standing on the playground in a park blowing bubbles for the kids, just like he's just like talking.
Yeah, talking
by
to
himself.
This fucking crazy person with like a forehead scar.
And then Mahito and Hanami and whatever that other little thing was were just like jumping around playing with the bubbles.
Yeah.
kind of
wanna find
nice,
that.
kind of.
So the fucking we learned last episode that Geto / Umbrella Man has knowledge of the simple domain, and he was like talking about it, and then these guys come in not being sorcerers but just cursed spirits, and now they're using like a technique.
Yes.
So I wonder if he taught them that, because he
I'm
has
sure
some
he
sort
did
of
because-
arcane knowledge.
Well, and also he knows like what would actually work against gojo, and like this, while not 100% effective, is more effective than literally nothing.
Yeah.
And if they're trying to buy time and just like keep him engaged basically until Geto can use the prison realm.
Yeah, they're trying to hold him hostage, and that's why, like, and Gojo is still not convinced that this is everything. He's holding his composure, like, obviously after, like, it's so interesting seeing after the hidden inventory arc, like, we see how, unfazed he can be by human death, even though he wants to protect human lives. He is very, that switch is just like it's right there. He just switch off his empathy, or just like switch on his cold-hearted, like it's not even like a change in real personality. It's just like it's part of that whole honored one thing, that like that Buddhist sort of disconnect from the material world, and that's what allows him to use his power. So he has to be controlled of that in order for his power to work. But I have a feeling, even though it's not the end game of their plan to use these hostages to kill him, and he's figuring that out, even though that's not their end game, I think he's surprising even them with how cold-blooded he's not flinching at all. He's prepared. I think he's prepared to do what it takes, but he's obviously not going to sacrifice all these people willy-nilly. But it's he's not
which is why
freaking
they
out or even reacting at all to
they
them.
can't use their domain expansions, because he would win in a domain expansion fight basically.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't mind killing all those people if they were already like dead inside someone else's domain.
Yeah.
I do like that though, how they just acknowledge that like he could just win if he uses his domain expansion, so they have to like put stuff so that he doesn't want to use it.
I'm trying to find the shot of that little squid guy. It must have been the one like floating in the water there. There it is. They're all like playing with the bubbles. It's so weird. And then Mahito as well.
I know.
Yeah. So the thing with the simple domain is, like we said last time, the fact that Mechamaru was able to figure it out, because the whole thing was passed on as like we'll keep this simple domain technique very secret, so that if we need to use it against somebody like a crazy cursed spirit or something, they won't know what it's about. And then Mechamaru was able to figure it out. And it's because he had all those drones and was able to like gather the information in a very particular way that most people wouldn't be able to do. So, but what all I'm saying is like it muddies whether or not we can account for Geto's possessor, Kama or whoever it is, to have that like knowledge from being around when it was created. Because if somebody could, we talked about this last time, but if somebody could figure it out in the present day and have all the knowledge, then anyone can have the knowledge. So we can't say, oh, only people from the Heian era have their knowledge. Therefore, the cursed user spirit, whatever that is possibly possessing him, is from the Heian era. We can't really use that as evidence because
anyone could know about it essentially.
Right. Yeah. But with that, I remember I was looking at the last episode when I was editing last time, and thinking about it and stuff. And you remember in the hidden inventory arc when Geto was talking about how he was fighting Toji, and he was talking about how he is able to tame cursed spirits or manipulate them. Do you remember that? He was like, there needs to be a 2-grade difference in order for me to manipulate the cursed spirit without wearing them down first, basically. Or without a pact, is what he said. And I think he can wear them down and then get them to do it with a pact. But last episode, fucking where was it? Oh, right here.
Where he is like, oh, maybe now.
Maybe now's the time. Maybe he's trying to fucking. I didn't even think of this, but
get
Mahito as a Pokemon.
That'd be pretty sweet. And he has to wait for someone else. I mean, okay, this could be a theory for, I mean, maybe not if he does indeed trap Gojo, but then he would want Gojo trapped for his own devices as well. So
he can't manipulate people with that. At least with Geto's technique.
This is why I'm saying that this could be a possible counter argument to Gojo being Geto being possessed if he was still doing his own thing, but he was teaming up with these guys so that there'll be a massive fight. They'll get beat down. He can capture all of them. Gojo, out of the question. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
So here's the thing. If it was really Geto, I think that even evil Geto, like with what we saw in Jujutsu Kaisen 0, he wouldn't be okay with killing sorcerers to do that. I don't think. I think
unless he is determined that there is no other way because he tried before and failed, and then now is having another chance.
Possible.
That's
possible.
He could also, still be like partially possessed and have a pact similar to Yuji, where the pact doesn't pertain that this curse is out all of the time. And
true.
He still has control to a certain degree. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about, because I noticed that too in the last episode, but then we forgot to talk about it in the discussion about how he was like, oh well, maybe now is like the right time to whatever, and then didn't
finish it.
And at first I was thinking like, oh, is he gonna like kill Mahito or something, but then it's like, no, it would make sense if he captures
used
him.
Mahito.
The other thing is he could still be possessed, and whoever's possessing him could still want to like capture these high-level cursed spirits.
Yeah.
So,
well, with the possession, it's really difficult because we've been given an adequate example for what that would be like. And as far as cursed techniques go, because Yuji is the only person who has been possessed like that, and the possessor Sukuna fully takes over his body, and Yuji doesn't have any techniques to speak of. So it's like maybe if Yuji has a heavenly pact, that's like influencing the way that Sukuna moves around as Yuji. But we don't have an example of like somebody possessing somebody with like a crazy cursed technique, and then that possessor like tapping into that technique. And that's what would need to happen if Geto was possessed by Kama or whoever. In order to be able to tame Mahito, unless I guess if Geto has the ability to tame people, being like a Muggle-born guy, because that's his thing. He's like a Hermione type figure, or more like a Harry Potter, I guess, possibly. But he didn't have like a crazy cursed technique like passed down from like a clan like the Zenins or something, or the Gojos or whatever. So it's possible that his technique could have been, maybe Kamo, if Kamo is possessing him, or if somebody else is possessing him, they could have had the same cursed spirit manipulation, and it's more of like a advanced version of like Shikigamis that you need like special cursed energy to do. We don't know enough about it because there's only Geto who had it, and now it seems like if that line from last episode was pointing towards, say if it is somebody possessing Geto, it would point towards that person having that same ability. So whether they had the ability before they possessed Geto, or whether they possessed Geto and now have that ability with all of his shit, it's hard to say. I would think that they got it from him, because I think that we've seen him summon spirits that Geto had. Therefore, he like inherited. He like he's like
somehow
piloting Geto.
I like can't even remember him, like actually.
Maybe
like,
he hasn't done
because I was just thinking, I'm like, I know. I feel like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like he hasn't done like literally anything in this
Maybe
season.
they gave him a lot to do last arc, just to throw anybody off who's like trying to consider all this. Although I think the fact that we are thinking about this is super abnormal. I think that the story is so well constructed. I don't think you're supposed to be considering that he's possessed.
Mm-hmm. Watch him just not be possessed, and we were just like absolutely
He
fucking
has
stupid.
to be. When
I
it's
just made
revealed,
a
like,
really good point that he could not be possessed. What is
that point again?
I just came up with because
what is that point again?
Is that he is doing all of this, working with these cursed spirits so that they get worn down by the jujutsu sorcerers, and then he can capture them. They're no longer a threat. Gojo is in the box. He can kill all people.
Well, how about this? How about, well, if Kamo is the one that's possessing, or a cursed sorcerer is the one that's possessing, then the logic still applies. It's worth it for anybody who manipulates curses to have these people.
I'm just throwing out because previously we had said, like, what is the counter? We were so convinced.
And there is no counter argument. There's no counter argument other than that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about it because, like, I'm still kind of leaning towards a possession aspect, but I'm just. This is like the thing that we were looking for of like what could be the non-ass pull like explanation for Geto behaving this way, basically.
Yeah. Well, I think that I just think his conviction, like, he was so torn. I don't think he would do it.
Plus, like, Gojo like thinks he's dead. I think as soon as Gojo
with him like
sees
taking in those girls as his family and all these other people, I don't think that he would sacrifice sorcerers' lives like that. I seriously don't. Even if he lost, I don't think he would.
Mean, it's hard to say because they were fighting against him before and they were fighting back. He was fighting back, but no, he specifically chose not to kill him. That's why he lost, is because he didn't want to kill anybody. Maybe he's learning from his mistakes. And maybe
I don't think he sees it as a mistake. I think he sees it as a tragic turn of fate. I don't think that he sees it as a mistake that he didn't kill people. Like, cause he at the end of the day, his whole arc, like, and especially in episode 5, was all about how heavy this all weighed on him and how, like, heavy these deaths weighed on him. I don't think he sees jujutsu people as enemies, even if I don't think he does. I think it's a good possibility, but I still think that, like, if Kamo or whoever, I think Kamo, but maybe I'm starting to entertain somebody from the Heian era that I don't know. It just doesn't make sense because we don't know enough people from the Heian era. So I would think Sukuna, but maybe it's somebody else. I don't know. But I'm leaning more towards Kamo. I think that's a little bit far-fetched to go back to the Heian era. I don't know. Anyway, I think it would be worth it for any of them to take out these cursed spirits, or to bring them under their control, no matter what your ends are, no matter what your goals are. Yeah, I just think it makes perfect sense. But what was I saying?
I don't know. But what?
I had something else to say about all that shit. Oh, it's that, we've talked a million times about Sukuna being a cursed spirit, and we've gotten corrected a lot that he's not a cursed spirit. That Sukuna is a sorcerer from the Heian era. And that Sukuna did not turn into a cursed spirit, because that's what we thought. We thought he was a sorcerer.
He became a cursed object, or what? He
turned himself into Horcruxes in the fingers. Like, it's direct. It's not like Voldemort is still considered a sorcerer, is still considered a wizard. He's not considered a spirit. And the same logic goes for Sukuna. So you don't need to turn into a cursed spirit in order to possess people, is what we're learning. So that leads more credence to the fact that Kamo is probably possessing Geto. Or somebody else. The only reason, by the way, for people who are confused, like, why are they thinking Kamo? It's just because of the convention of, like, old evil wizard, ancient wizard, mentioned one time, shown in the OP, mentioned twice, yeah. Is like,
he had an umbrella that one time.
Like, he wrote me into this, yeah. Is that whole thing. I think that's it. It's just that, like, going off of, like, Obito Maru Uchiha type shit, but instead of, you know, training Obito and manipulating Obito, it's possessing Obito directly and taking control of his body.
Put a little Naruto spoiler.
I'll put a little Naruto spoiler. I think people who are watching Jujutsu don't give a shit about Naruto spoilers, but I'll put it up anyway. Regardless, I think we're right about that. Oh, I'm interested to see about there's two factors. Is the ocean, the cursed spirit that we don't know about, the fish boy, and that androgynous person with the pink streak in their hair that was not named, that I figured was maybe Tengen or Tengen related. To me that just makes sense, but I could be, and because it looked kind of like Rika but with a different color scheme, like palette swapped Rika. Rico. Pardon me. And then what else? Is there anything else?
I don't really think so. Not
this guy, because you forgot that he was a Kamo.
I forgot. I remember, like, I was like, he looks familiar, but I couldn't remember what his deal is. But then
there's a lot of cool cosplays in the background. I noticed like there's tuxedo masks. There was like a few different. There's like it's all Halloween costumes, so that's a bunch of different people. But yeah, he's a Kamo and he's straight up using blood manipulation or whatever the technique is called. So that's cool. I guess that's it. I guess we're milking it dry by this point. There's just so much with Yuji and the whole fighting and everything. What do you think of Mei's brother? Ooey.
He's kind of annoying.
He's total siscon. Like, just... It's funny.
Just like a literal
just
servant.
Uncomfortable.
Yuji's just there like...
All right, anyway. See you guys in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.